Once again, good evening, everyone. I don't know whether Olasunkanmi can hear me, but I would like you to get ready for your discussion with us today. Olasunkanmi, can you hear me? Mr. Olasunkanmi Opeifa, can you hear me? Are you with us?
All right, so sorry, my computer the volume was reduced, so I didn't hear that time. Good evening, Ma.
Okay, good evening. So we have with us this evening, Olasunkanmi Opeifa, a multiple award-winning teacher, edu-coach trainer from FCT Secondary Education Board. He's currently at Karu in Abuja. So I'll let him introduce himself and begin today's discussion. Olasunkanmi, you can go ahead.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Mrs. Fatima Mualima, taking the name from the screen now. I think we've been chatting, and I just know your first name. Okay, I'm glad to be here. Any call for education is a call that I hold very dear to my heart. Anytime I have the opportunity of relating, talking, learning from colleagues is something I don't take for granted. So I count this a big privilege, a big one, to be in front of these wonderful Kung Fu fighters that have moved from, I think, yellow belts to black belt. If I meet you in the classroom, I think I need to be very careful. I can receive some wonderful karate or kung you all. I guess you can hear me. So if you can hear me and you are elated to be here, I don't like the way it is cold here now. You know, teachers are very fun-loving, and I'm that type. Before I introduce myself, please just go into the chat box now and just give me your best emoji, your greeting. Just drop something in the chat box. If question, okay, I return the high five to you too. So high five. All right, thank you. That's Bumi Adesonya. Oh, thank you, Esther King. Okay, that's a clap from Oladapo. Yes, I mean, I like, let's just be lively. Yeah, you may not talk. Technology has helped us. Oh, thank you so much, dear, for that wonderful emoji of 3 loves. Yeah, I cherish it. Thank you for the 3 claps. Rashidat, thank you so much. Vincent, I appreciate it. I mean, like, just be lively. I mean, let's bring it on. I can hear you. You can hear me, I know. You can hear me, I know, but some of us have not resumed school, some of us have resumed. So use some emojis to just display how your day had been. And anytime my network is buffering, please let me know. All right, hello Idris, how are you? That's Aisha rather. How are you? Thank you, Chidima. Okay. All right, I'm really glad to be here. I am Olasunkanmi Opeifa. I'm a teacher. And with all sense of humility, as I tell people that I'm not just a teacher, but I am an award-winning teacher. And if you check my profile on LinkedIn, you will see something like multiple award-winning educator or teacher. So I'm always glad to be introduced first as a teacher, and I think that is the summary of everything about me. I don't think I've been any other thing other than being a teacher, a social innovator, an educator, a writer, a poet, an MC, every other thing, but I'm a teacher. So introducing myself now as a teacher, I won my major award in 2018 as one of the best teachers in Nigeria, or say best teacher in Nigeria under Multina Teacher of the Year. Some of you might know me, you might have read about my story. If you have not read about my story, just in all sense of politeness, not joking, not being not being rude, ask Google about engine now, and you'll see that some things will pop up that you can, some fantastic things about me will pop up that you can read. So I believe some of you know me. So in case you know me, if you've known me before now, you can let me know in the chat box. I can see the chat box. here, you can let me know. So I am Olasunkanmi Opeifa the year, and that made me the best teacher in Nigeria in 2018, or one of the best teachers, because so many other categories of awards came that year too. And Multi-Nature of the Year happened to be a very major award in Nigeria. I term it to be the biggest award in Nigeria and the most inclusive award in the entire world. In 2020, I became one of the top 10 teachers in the Global Teacher Prize. So if you don't know Multi-Nature of the Year, you must have seen or heard about a teacher that dances in the classroom, uses shaku shaku and other fun-based learning, as it is called, or edutainment, as it is called in the classroom. Okay, the 2020 Global Teacher Prize. I also won the Big Crystal Pen Award 2021. I am one of the 25 social innovator with MSSDG 2, SDG challenge that is ongoing currently. So many other. Well, last Saturday, keen educator. I mean, so many other ones that I can't mention here. I'm a Microsoft Innovative Educator. Okay, this is the first time of meeting. Okay, thank you so much. So it's a wonderful time of meeting you too. So you can search about me and you will be inspired by my story. So thank you so much. I'll be sharing my screen. Yeah, Rashida, thank you for the clap. All right, so I would appreciate if the host can help me so I can share my screen and we just go through some of the things I have. I'm going to be talking about the mindset of a champion teacher. And I think I am in a very good position to also share this with us, going by my experience and what I have achieved so far in education. And may I quickly add, I've not gotten anywhere. I've just been given platforms to function very well. So it's not retirement benefits for me, all the awards. They are platforms for me to function very well. All right. Okay. So I wouldn't know whether I have the permission now to share my screen.
Yes, you have I've made you co-host. You can share your screen.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. So I'm sharing my screen and that may deny me seeing everybody's comments. How can I do that? Okay. I believe you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can see the mindset of a champion teacher.
Okay, I'm trying to see how I can share, and I will be seeing the comment of everybody. I can't cheat. All right, I thought I would be able to cheat on this. Okay, I'm a teacher, I'm not a cheater. All right, so okay, as I will go on now, in case there's anything you want, anywhere you want to stop me, okay, you want me to just say something again, or okay, you may not be permitted to unmute yourself. But I can see that the house is so very quiet. I'm not really used to quiet class. I like my students to respond. You know, I like my class to interact.
I muted everyone because of the background noise. But if they want to speak, they can unmute themselves and speak.
Look, I can see now. I can see. I quite understand why everyone's muted. So we can still remain muted. Hear you. All right. So we can still remain muted, but when it's time for conversation, I will we'll use the chat box to make conversation. You can see that I can see our chat. Yes. So I'm going to keep this chat box somewhere on my screen. Yes, fantastic. Finally, I've been able to cheat on this. Okay, fantastic. So finally, I've been able to cheat on this. So I won't share my screen beyond here. I won't share my screen beyond. I believe you can see my screen appreciably. So if you can see my screen, you can drop it in the chat box so I can move on from there. All right, thank you so much, Vincent. Oh, Bumi, thank you so much. All right, so the mindset of a champion. I'm going to start with this myth. Who is a champion teacher? You may be wondering, and you might have asked yourself, who is a champion teacher? Who is a champion educator? When we say someone is a champion, what do we mean? Now, thank God you guys you have your black belts. I don't know, what do we call you? Are you black belter or black belt holder? Any English teacher like me in the house who can help me? I've been struggling with that English since I got to know about this Are you a black belter or are you a black belt holder? What noun do we use to describe you?
We just call ourselves black belts.
Okay, black belt. Okay.
Yeah, we are black belts.
You are black belt. Okay, so fantastic. So as a black belt now, imagine yourself in a classroom with that your white robe or whatever you call that, and then you have your black belt tied, and there you are in a classroom. So, okay, black belt, thank you. How will you describe yourself as a champion? I want the first person that can quickly type it in the chat box. Who do you think a champion is? Okay, who do you think a black belt champion is? A champion rather is the mindset of a champion teacher. Who is a champion? Okay, someone coming top. Okay, winner. Oh, fantastic. All right, making a positive impact. Okay, an extraordinary person. Okay. Thank you very much. So I move on. Yeah, I agree with you that a champion is someone who has done something extraordinary. Thank you. Somebody adding value. Champion without a battle. Okay, a champion is someone who has faced the challenges in a particular field. Okay, bringing it home now. A champion is someone who has faced. A champion teacher is that teacher. Please, whoever is founding can kindly help us mute the microphone, please. I think I really appreciate Madam Fatima now for muting everybody. Okay, if I'm not part of these people muted, I think I can move on now. So a champion educator, a champion teacher, is that teacher that has seen the battle, has been in the battlefield of education, has seen challenges in education, and then he or she has created some innovative ways of solving that, and it's on top of the game. Okay, it's on top of the game, nothing more than that. You have seen a problem in this field, you see it as a challenge, and then you face the challenge head on, and then you overcome that challenge, and you keep on overcoming that challenge. That makes you a champion educator. Okay, and there are a lot of challenges in education. If I ask you to name them now, I know you start from overpopulation to wrong curriculum to unqualified teachers to lack of training to lack of welfare. I mean, you can name and keep on naming a whole lot of them. Yeah, a champion is someone who achieves his stated goal. A champion is someone who is adding value. So you can name so many challenges that you can overcome. So naming these challenges now, you having the ability to overcome, having the mindset, growth mindset, that you are not giving up, you are not a complainer. A champion teacher is not a complainer. Is then we can say you are a champion. You see the problem. You are not waiting for government. You are not waiting for the establishment. You are not waiting for your proprietor. You are not waiting for the school owner to solve it. You are there. You are a problem solver. Yes, we can say you are a champion. So I have a myth here. I have some myths here. So I'm moving on to my next slide now. Some facts and myths mixed together here now. If you can see my screen, so you're going to tell me, I think, a yes or no, or maybe in the chat box now, so that I can be engaging. A champion teacher is only a winner of awards. Yes or no? Let's look at it. You know, when we talk about a champion teacher now, you know, you may be saying, oh, all these guys have been winning awards at champion. Thank you. All right, I'm seeing everybody. Champion gift. How are you? Has it been championing? I love that. Did you just change your name? Okay, champion. Okay. Oh, somebody said yes. Cynthia Osage said yes. A champion teacher is only a winner of awards. Okay, thank you for your divergent thoughts from what other people are saying. Okay, or the rest of us are saying no. All right, so let me give you my thoughts. I don't believe that my thoughts is 100% correct. Okay, it's just to share my thoughts, and then if you are convinced, fine, you can buy into it. If not, it's just an added thought out there for you that you can weigh later in life or later after this program. So to me, I don't believe that a champion teacher is only a teacher that has won 1 or 2 awards at any time. Okay, or somebody saying it all depends. So a champion teacher actually is not that teacher that wins awards. But a champion teacher, as we have defined it now, is that person that is solving problems in the classroom. Now, you may not be recognized for that. I mean, what do we say about some of our teachers that taught us many years ago before all these awards start springing up? Nobody recognized them. Nobody saw them. Nobody gave them anything. But they championed certain things for us. Somebody taught me how to speak English language. Now, today, nobody knows the woman, nobody knows the man. But as far as education in my life is concerned, he, she, or they are champions. Okay, they saw a problem in me that this boy, despite you were in SS2, you still do not speak English, and then they helped me. It's a notable achievement for me. So I see my teacher as a champion. So a champion teacher is that teacher that is just solving a problem. You see a problem and you are solving it. You don't need to win an award. So award is not always at the back of our mind. And I think I can tell my story here. In 2013, 2012, again, I got a job here in the FCT. And I discovered that the curriculum, the scheme of work, is not in correlation with the WAEC syllabus that we use. I believe some of us are secondary school teachers and primary school teachers. It's not in relation, and my students were failing English language. I checked the scheme of work. There was no way I could tell the school that, please, this scheme of work wasn't right. So I had to tell the students that, see, the way this scheme was, we will not pass exam. That's why your previous seniors had failed. Can we come, or could we be coming every Saturday, 10 to 1, and then we will look at things in the WAEC syllabus and NECO syllabus, then we learn it together, and then we face our examination. Now, I saw it as a problem, and I profiled solution. I only took permission from the school authority. I never asked them to pay me a dime. And then I solved that problem there. As far as and then the results came out, my students passed. Over 50% of them passed that year. And then we kept on improving like that and improving like that. Till today now, I think we have 100% now in my school. Anytime we write this SSC, we always have close to 100%. So I solved the problem there. So let me ask the next question. Thank you, Olujukwe. A champion teacher must teach across countries. Do you agree with me? Okay, so Vincent says no. A champion teacher doesn't need to teach across countries. Okay, yeah, bro, yes, okay, Tolu, Walagbara, yes, thank you, you say no. So to quickly move on because of my time, you don't need to teach across all countries, okay? You can still teach within your country, but what do you do in your country? You raise global citizens in your country. You are teaching them the world perspective, yet you are within your country, you are in your own local environment, and then you are raising champions in your community, in your own local environment. Moving on quickly, a champion teacher must blend curriculum from several countries. What do you think? A champion teacher must blend curriculum from several countries. No. All right, Vincent Bome saying no also. All right, so I think I agree with them because of time. Modibo, yes, saying no. They don't need to blend curriculum. Sincerely, I am one of the advocates. Please, I can be very, very disruptive in my thinking. Okay, I am not really conventional all the time. I don't really agree with teaching Nigerian students British curriculum. I mean, schools that do it, I don't know. To teach Nigerian students British curriculum. Okay, there may be reasons. Maybe I've not investigated, so I'm not giving this as part of the thing I'm saying. But I asked students that have we exhausted our curriculum? But going back to curriculum, as what curriculum is, do we actually even have curriculum in Nigeria? Because a curriculum should teach the national goals. Now, do we even have national goals? I'm not talking about egalitarian society. No, I'm talking about a country that says, okay, in the next 20 years, we want to produce, we want to be known as a technology country. We want to be business country, and we have a goal. And then we now plan our curriculum from primary 1 to university level, 16 years towards that particular goal. To me, that's a curriculum. So I don't blame schools that then teach curriculum, Russian curriculum, Israeli curriculum, I mean, curriculum from different parts of the world. Because even here is a country that I don't think we have a national goal yet. I say that. A champion is not a local teacher. Let's go there. A champion is not a local teacher. What do you think? Am I still in the class? Okay, okay. Miriam Mashafe. Yeah, I think I know that person. Miriam Shafi. Okay, false. Okay, means that you change it this time around. False. No. Okay. A champion is not a local teacher. Okay, a champion can be. He is not. Okay. All right. No, he is not. All right. Let's get it right now. Let's get it because English can be very funny here now. So Oladapo Kayode, you are saying no, he is not. That means he is not a local teacher, right? A local teacher can be a champion. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I should have reframed the question. Thank you. A champion can come from rural or urban area. When I mean local, I mean within your own community area. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. A champion could be a local teacher and is a local teacher. However, he's thinking globally but acting locally. Okay. He thinks globally and acts locally. Another example of myself, I'm going to be telling my story, basically my story and the story of some of my friends when I get to other slides. I'm in a particular classroom now. I'm in a classroom now in a, let me say, suburban area in Abuja here, where I had seen classes outside the country before. I mean, on TV, and I know that, yes, they have certain things. I got some money to do certain things, projects, and I decided to give my school a taste of what it means to have a fully standardized teacher. Yes. Of course, I agree. So not every local teacher thinks globally. I'm coming there. We are talking about a champion teacher. A champion teacher, it could be a local teacher, but thinks globally. That's what we are saying. Okay. It doesn't matter whether you're a local teacher or international teacher, but you are a local teacher, but you think globally. That's our point. Okay, I really got that. So I'm a local teacher, for instance. I can call myself a village teacher, but in my school, I was able to equip a classroom with necessary gadgets that will make my students global citizens. I have interactive board. Many of them are seeing it for the first time. Some private schools around there do not even have it. We have projector, we have computer everywhere. We have almost everything that can make my students feel like, yes, we are learning at an international level. Okay, so a champion teacher is a local teacher that thinks local, that for us. Okay, you think globally, however you act locally. Thank you. So last myth or fact there, a champion teacher prepares a child for the world. A champion teacher prepares a child for the world, not for his community alone, not for seeking job alone. Yes, Fatima. Thank you. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm saying yes, and I feel encouraged with the yes. I mean, the yes seemed positive, and thank God it came as the last question here. All right. A champion teacher prepares a child for the world. I love that, Modibo. Absolutely, yes. Yeah. So thank you. So the question is this: who are you now? From what you have analyzed now, who are you? Champion, teacher? So you can confess who you are now as black belt. From what you have analyzed so far, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Do you think you are a champion teacher? Do you think you are not a champion teacher? I'm a champion teacher. Person and saying it to yourself, and then you are sure that you are a champion teacher. You are a champion teacher. Oh, thank you. You harness it. Oh, you're about to. Thank you, Hadiza, for that sincerity. She's a learner. A champion teacher is a learner, I must say. A champion is a learner. All right. So I believe by the end, I'm here to be champions. Thanks to 1 million teacher. Oh, thank you, Vincent, for that sincerity. All right. So by the end of this session together, you will have the boldness to say, yes, you have what it takes to become a champion teacher. Because you're entering your class to become a solution. You're entering your class to raise global citizens. You are entering your class So I am on the next slide now. So I did some fast one on my slides, but I changed some words. What I had here was a global teacher. So I changed some words to champion teacher. So there are some things that I will need to quickly place for it. So, who is a champion teacher? We've talked about it, so I'm going to just glance through my slide quickly. Yeah, a local teacher thinking globally. Thank you, Baba Yusuf. So a champion teacher is a limitless teacher who exhibits 21st century behavioral competencies and inculcates several global issues. Okay, not champion issues now, global issues. Into the learner's learning experiences. I believe got that. A champion educator is a limitless educator who exhibits 21st century behavioral competences. You also inculcate it in your classroom. You know, you can only give what you have. Okay, so that's what a champion teacher is. A champion teacher acts locally while she thinks globally. To her, a classroom is any place where learning can take place. And that reminds me, and that takes me to the next thing. A champion teacher is a teacher that is not afraid to teach online. No matter the little you know, you are ready to take it to social media. You teach it here, not because you just want to teach your class alone, but you want learning to continue for your students at home. Call it blended learning, call it flipped classroom. But every student in the world can have access to your learning. If you have not seen this teacher before, I'm going to mention his name. Search for him and follow him. His name is Esom Nofu Online Math. I'm going to drop his name here. Esom Nofu. So I want you to be inspired by these names I'm mentioning. Okay, I'm not advertising them, but they are teachers that by the time you see them, what they are doing, nobody has named him that, but I think he's the most followed teacher in Africa. He produces mathematics lessons every day, nothing less than 4 lessons every day, and he puts it on both YouTube, Facebook, and for students to learn. He wants students to overcome math phobia. Okay. A champion teacher understands the champion goals, and champion goals are global goals. Okay. Global goals. Yes, a champion teacher motivates learners. All right. So thank you. So let's quickly focus on my slide now. Let's leave definition alone. Somebody is saying something about him. I hope I got that thing. Somebody mentioned Facebook. Oh, thank you very much, Vincent. You've been watching him, so you know an example of a champion teacher now. Thank you. All right. I've lost. All right. Thank you. So let me quickly move on. A champion teacher understands global goals. So please, kindly let's. All right, thank you, Gabriel. I'm getting that. Thank you. So let's don't put anything in the chat box for now, please. I want to ask a question. Do you know what global goals are? If you know, just mention or just tell me. If you know it, if you know what global goals are, just drop it in the chat box now. So Gabriel is saying that he's a champion teacher, but there are many other teachers who may not have the exposure I'm having. Okay, I'm trying to understand that. So, but let's go ahead. Drop. If you know what global goals are, just drop that word, that statement. What are global goals? So I believe there are many champion teachers here. If you're a champion teacher, you should know what global goals are. Quickly. I've done more than 20 minutes of my time now, and I am really sensitive to time. Who is dropping? Quality education. Can you put it in something that I want? World educational objectives. No, not alone, not global, not thank you, Esther. If I know where Esther is now, I will have sent you a very special gift from one of my awards. The 17 SDGs are called the global goals, nothing more than that. So some of you have mentioned some of them: gender equality, quality education. Yeah, they are some of the global goals. Okay, but the 17 SDGs are global goals. So if you're a champion teacher, you should be able to know all these. Oh, you are in Nigeria? Are you in Abuja? I'm still in Nigeria, don't worry. If you're in Abuja, I can get a gift across to you. All right, so look for me on social media, especially my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is my name. You can send me a message there. If you're in Abuja, we can take it from there. So you can have your gift. I will send it via some of my people. I'll be on ground. From Monday, I'm going to be leaving the country for a special program. But you have it. You have your gifts if you're in Abuja. If you're not in Abuja, don't worry. You may think of another gift for you some other time. All right. So thank you for that. Let me move on quickly to the next thing. Okay, I'm going to just jump this slide because I'm going somewhere quickly. All right, so I'm going to come to this part now. Skills needed by a champion educator, a champion teacher. Skills needed by a champion teacher. Now, these things I want to mention here now. This has placed me where I am today, and I believe if you can incorporate some of this practically, not just by mere knowledge, you are going to also become a top flyer. All right, thank you very much for that encouragement. I feel encouraged, Gabriel. Thank you. So skills needed by a champion teacher. I have about 5 skills here: empathy, critical thinking, communication skill, creativity, and collaboration. So I'm going to be taking them one by one. So empathy, how has empathy helped me? Because this is a masterclass, and it's going to be talking about my personal story and how I've used certain things here now. Now, how has empathy helped me? Look at this picture you are seeing here now. Can you tell me what you can notice about that class? Can you quickly drop it in the chat? The first person to drop it, I will just take that. Okay, to drop the correct answer. Please don't tell me you notice something that will be funny here, but just tell me what do you notice about a class like this. This class here now, what can you observe? Population, thank you, Kazim. Population, yes. Now, this is a typical class I teach. In a class like this, at times I can have 99 students. 99 students. Some schools have more than that. Some have 120. Some I learned at a school in Lagos about 200. I think if I'm not going to exaggerate, I think they had like about 250, the way they described it that day. Now, so how do you handle a class like this if you do not have empathy? So basically, what's empathy? Empathy is you being able to put yourself in the shoe of other people and feel exactly what they feel. Now, you want to solve their problem. You want to be a champion teacher. You want to be a global teacher. You want to be a problem solver. You cannot solve this your problem if you do not have empathy. You need to step into their shoes. So as school resumes for many of us today now, I want you to always look at, see learning from the perspective of your student. A champion teacher will see things from the perspective of a student. Empathy makes you to see from the eyes of others, as I put in the slide here. It is important teachers see learning from the views. I thought that the student wanted to see me as the champion, as the knowledgeable guy in the class. So I would enter the classroom and go pra 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 pra. They will clap for me, yeah, but you know what? Nothing happened to them because they never learned. But when I started involving them in learning, I started discovering their how I was supposed to teach the lesson. So a champion teacher should teach the student from their perspective. There's a saying that says, if a child cannot learn the way you teach, I've jumped to the next last thing there, you can teach them the way they learn. Now, what did I do in my own case as a teacher? I discovered that my students were not really learning well because I came from Lagos to Abuja here. And I discovered that the students here were different from my Lagos students. So I also discovered that they wanted to learn. I'm going to tell you an example of what happened in a class, and I wish you can tell me your perspective. I was teaching essay writing one day, a tired class, a tired class, around almost 1 o'clock. It was sunny. You can imagine the north, how it can be very hot. Then I taught them, I mentioned introduction, and I said, first of all, introduction. As I said, first of all, no, I was what I said first of all. No, I said the first thing you do is introduction. Okay. Okay, I said introduction, and then the student now said first of all, introduction. Some of us remember this song by Thank You. This song by Olamide that says first of all, introduction many years ago. First of all, introduction. So now in a regular class or a public school, if care is not taken, you will lose the control of your class. Now, the students were tired. Remember I said so. Now, they were about turning the, first of all, introduction to music. Do you know what I did? Before they could turn to music, into music quickly. And I told them that, okay, the first thing you do when you're writing your essay after your topic is yours, introduction. So remember that song by Olami that says, first of all, and they said introduction, it became musical. Then remember in that song, they said you go down low. If you remember that song, they said the next thing you now go down low after the introductory paragraph to the next paragraph, you go down low. Then after that, you go down low. Because I was using the term they were related to. Okay, they understood. They became alive and they were learning. Then I said, when you get stuck and you don't know what to do, you ask yourself, am I a learner? You know, in that song in Nigeria, when you say you're a learner, it's not a learner in the real sense of it now. They say, are you a novice? Are you green? Okay, are you don't know, you are not, you don't know what you're supposed to know. That's what person we call a learner in that balance. You say, you now ask yourself, are you a learner? You know what, the class came alive. Interestingly, my student told me, and they wanted to enjoy the fun again. Then I went again. First of all, introduction, then you go down low to the next paragraph, go down low to the next paragraph, and then it becomes go down low, go down low like that. You know what? That class where they essay for me, and they learned that, okay, paragraph is you go down low to another line to create another thought, okay, or change your style in dancing. And that was how I started edutainment. Now, if I had been a tough teacher, imagine when you were in school, if something like that had happened, you in your school, tell me what will happen. They will flog a hell out of you that day. The teacher will come with this thing. You are going to fetch water that, you are singing bad song in my class. Please, Ayodeji that is raising his hand, please, you can type your concern in the message so that we won't delay the class. Okay, I trust that your tough teacher will flog it, but no, I rather saw the learning from their perspective that they wanted to have fun. Do you know, from that moment, I started using edutainment. I have been in the class before, and then it was shaku shaku that was raining then. Okay, and I told them that you could learn how to write essay using, if you know how to dance shaku shaku. You know shaku shaku song, right? I said, you know shaku shaku, you shake your head, you cross your two hands together, and then you move your leg in some stylistic way. That those are the things you need for essay writing. 5 parts for your essay writing. So you need your head for your introductory paragraph, your first hand for second paragraph, which is second paragraph, the main first point, third hand for your second point, your leg like that for concluding paragraphs. And that was it for my students. So we could dance it in class and I could explain that. I wish I could show you. If you want to see that in display, go to YouTube, any YouTube, just go to YouTube, type my name, type Olasunkanmi Opeifa Stephen Fry, Olasunkanmi Opeifa. Then you can type Stephen Fry. Some of us will know Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry was one that announced me in 2020 as one of the top 10 teachers in the world. So if you type it like this, you will see my story where he announced me and where a student was dancing shaku shaku in front of my class. So that's empathy for you. Okay, empathy will make you see learning from their perspectives. And that was it I started doing. Now, let me tell you what this did to me. In 2018, I was face to face with 7 members of panel to interview me to become the best teacher in Nigeria. And I was asked that since I teach in a public school and we don't have language laboratory as an English teacher, how else do I teach them? I told them, well, I use my laptop. That's one thing I do. I would take my laptop to the classroom. One day my laptop fell down in the classroom. I never had anyone for like 3 years until I was able to buy this one I'm using now. And at times there will not be power on my laptop and I will use edutainment. And the man asked me to go ahead and use edutainment. At the time I rap in class, I use the sound system of consonant sound to rap. And said I should go ahead and rap. And many of us learned sound system in a very difficult way in our secondary school. And I went with Badaga, Manaun, Larawaya, Badaza, Jaja, Ojaja. I mean, we went that way and the man was like, wow, wow, wow. I think that's one of the things that gave me that victory. But I didn't do it because I wanted to entertain my students, but I wanted to edutain them. So I called myself an edutainer. So the question is, who are you as a champion teacher? What other method are you using to teach them? Are you a chemistry teacher and then you cannot even make a soap and you're asking them to go and make soap in their house? You are teaching them theories and theoretical things. Can you go and create a small shop in a small space in your house? You make soap. When you get to the classroom, you have seen the soap making. You'll be able to know that, oh, this is the experience they go through to learn how to do this. Then you can teach them better. You can learn with them. Go to your environment, see gutter that is full of algae and the rest, and you are teaching biology, you understand the environment, you can explain algae better. And I know my biology teacher for something in secondary school. She will use Yoruba language. Oh, thank you, baby. All right, that's an endorsement that learning is going on. She will use Yoruba language to explain to us because we're in a local environment. So that's empathy for you. I believe some of us are embracing empathy today. So if you are learning something and you have gotten value from what I just explained now, can you please give me some words of encouragement in the chat box there? Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what you are learning. Let me know how much you have learned something. If you have a question, if you are disagreeing with me also, please go ahead and drop it there. You can give me thumbs down if you disagree with me. If you have gotten value, please, I want emoji. I want to feel encouraged. My coke has finished. So whatever you say now will be representing caffeine and an energizer for me. So go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I won't move on until I see more than thumbs up. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Empathy is the key. I think Miriam Shafi, if you know personally, please send me a DM. I think I know you somewhere. That name sounds like a name I've seen before. All right. Okay. Amazing. Thank you. Oh, I feel encouraged. Yeah, I can move on now. Yeah. Energy, 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 energy. I mean, imagine your class is like this. How do you feel? You are shouting energy, energy. Oh, thumbs up. I give it back. Babajide, thank you. Fire. I see him. Please keep the fire. We've not gotten there. All right. Think like the approach of edutainment. Yeah, I'm an edutainer. I'm an edutainer. I call myself an edutainer. Okay. So you can come and join me. We are looking for many edutainers. Okay, don't worry. I pray that, and I'm hoping that I'll become the grandmaster of edutainment in Nigeria and in the world. So I'm an edutainer. Okay. I'm going to write it clearly. I am an edutainer. So I'm looking for my edutainers to join me in Nigeria. Okay. So let's move on. Now, the next step you need to take that I did is critical thinking and problem solving. I think I've even said everything in my story. I started thinking outside the box that how else can I teach these students that can make learning better? A critical thinking skill is the ability to think beyond the norm and the limitedness of resources to solve a problem. There are problems everywhere in education. A black belt is not a complainer. A champion is not a complainer. I don't care whether you collect salary or you teach free of charge, whether you earn 250,000 naira or you earn 20,000 naira. May I tell you, I started teaching job with 12,000 naira. I tell people, I am, as at that time, I told them that I was not a poor teacher. People were pitying me. Okay? People were pitying me. Thank you, Carol. People were pitying me, but I said, no, this is not a poor job for me as far as I'm concerned. It started with the mindset, a shift in my mind. So regardless of the resources around you, you can name them. There are poor things in Nigeria. Like there, I know. Okay, but inside this problem, a teacher like me had come out. I'm going to put a name here. Check this girl out. She's also a teacher too. Kemi Ogunsoya. Kemi Ogunsoya. These are teachers that are doing fantastically well. You can check Olasunkanmi Adeyeko. You may want to follow them and just glance through their story. Okay, Olasunkanmi Adeyeko. Okay, I mean, these are teachers. You can check Sojime Gbonwon. These are teachers that are no longer poor teachers as far as I'm concerned, but they didn't look at the problem. They were solving the problem, the solution. Today now, Sojime Gbonwon is gathering people around Abeson and Kwaja area, teaching them STEM education for free. Oh, somebody knows Kemi now. Fantastic. I can screenshot this and quickly tell Kemi that somebody knows you. Oh, that Kemi is amazing. Oh, nobody should type anything now. Let me quickly take a picture of this. So that Kemi can be encouraged too. All right. Okay, somebody is saying I teach students using Olamide's song. How do I use this teaching skill in a faith-based school? In my school, you can't teach students using Olamide's song. All right, let me. I like that. I like that. I was in a faith-based school some weekend, on a Tuesday, last week Tuesday or 2 weeks ago, and before I got the teaching, the training job, the owner of the school asked me to talk. I mean, she just wanted to hear me. So when I was talking, I made a mistake. Oh, she was at Tose. I think Miriam Shafi is the popular name there. So there, I mentioned Olamide, and the woman was like, "Oh, amazing! I never believed that parents could take such a thing." You understand? Then I realized that, sorry, this is a faith-based school. Then when I found myself in the school eventually, I got the job. I went to train them in Port Harcourt, one of the very. I'm out of. Yeah. Am I still in the house? Please, somebody should confirm. Yeah, I am. I can see. All right. So when I got to the school this time around, I knew it was a faith-based school. So I refused to use my regulars. Okay, my environment, that's what we do in my own environment. Don't deceive yourself. These students sing the song. I'm coming back to that. So there are songs that are Christian-based songs that you can use. Like, I'm a Yoruba man. There is a song in my culture that says Epo umbe ewa umbe o. That's my cultural song. That one is not a bad song. Okay, I changed it to grammatical names and functions. Oh, I mean, on and on like that. I have that. So you can use any song, not Olamide alone. There are so many other good songs that you can use. But to me, I even feel it's better. Instead of my children change it to their own. All right, sorry, I think I was out briefly. I lost my, so please, I would like to just quickly come back. Where is my pitch? Where's my deck? All right. So I had a message on my screen. All right, no, I'm not a chorister and I'm not, okay, I can compose songs because I went to CSC church growing up, and an average CSC person is but you know what, an average teacher should be a good composer. Now I'm coming to edutainment. I'm not here to train edutainment, so I'm just using an example. I do dance in class. I do games too. I create games, card games. I don't know whether my PA left my card games here. If you can see my screen, I think fantastic. Yes, I have my card game. I'm going to power my video now so that you can see here. I guess you can see me. So this is a card game. You can see the sound. This is sound. Oops, not upside down. Sound air. So there's a way we play this card in my classroom. So it's not about music alone. I use game. I use drama. I use anything to entertain my students. Okay, that's what we do. So empathy helped me and brought me here. So critical thinking brought all these things out. Now, finally, critical thinking. A critical thinker considers all perspectives. Hence, she's an out of the box thinker. I told some people somewhere that if you cannot think outside the box, think beside the box. If you cannot think beside the box, think under the box. If you cannot think under the box, think on top of the box. If you cannot think anywhere, so break the box. Okay? It is high time Nigerian educators just do things or did things differently. It is high time educators did things differently in the classroom because our society is just different. Just think. Thank you, Sma. Just think. Make sure you are thinking, break the box, shatter it, do anything positive to just change this learning. The generation is changing. They want to learn in a different way. They don't want to see you as a sage on the stage. Forget it. It happened during that time. It's no longer the way anymore now. You can just think and think. Thank you, Esther, for that. So I move on. I move quickly away. Okay, before I go, look at this picture. Now, can you see my shaku shaku dance now? I guess you can see that student dancing, that shaku shaku there. You will see the video. If you check that video of me and what's his name. Now, this particular video here, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see this one too. This is my student singing. I don't know the song we are singing here. It's a rap song that we composed in the classroom, and then it's there. I mean, you can imagine what my class is. You say, guy, do you have class control at all? Until you enter my class. I mean, it's just fun all the time, fun. But at the same time, I tend to make sure that. All right, thank you so much. So the next thing you do, I did, is collaboration, and I still do is collaboration. And I'm going to appeal to all teachers listening to me today that education abhors competition. Yeah, competition has brought me this far. Competition has given me everything that, if you will know me now, competition must have made Hakim Zubaya to know me. I think that's the first thing he got to know about me before he became my mentor in the program we are running now. The competition. However, after competition, the next thing you want to do is collaboration. Okay, you want to collaborate with others. Okay, competition and collaboration is very key, and we need to instill it in learners too. However, it starts with you as a teacher. Okay, how do you see your colleagues? How do you learn from them? Do you learn from your colleagues? Do you think you are the master of everything? No, don't think they will see you as a novice. No, don't worry. You are learning. You are just learning. They will come and learn from you too. You are adding to your knowledge. So collaborate. You are not the master of all. So learn from them, pick from of their ideas. Some of the things I use in class on these card games now, it was in a competition that I was with Sojime Bon, and he brought a board game. And I said, okay, if you guys can do board game, I can do card game. I came back home and I'm doing this now. Okay, and you can acknowledge wherever you are learning from. Okay, I don't know where I got edutainment from. I think I must have thought of that one from the beginning, or my teachers back then. And so many other things I do today, I look at it, some things I learned from some of my colleagues around their collaboration. Critical thinking and problem solving thrive when two or more good heads are put together. Okay, put two good heads together, you think better. So collaboration is key. Remember, you are neither omnipotent or omniscient. You need a community of other colleagues to succeed. 21st century career success calls for collaboration. The only competition I seek to win next, and I'm waiting for that competition, is competition for collaboration. Let's give the best collaborator the award this time around. Okay, let's come together, collaborate, give ourselves the energy that we need there. Okay, let's collaborate, let's come together. So moving on quickly, because I think my time should be up and I want to give room for questions. Is then I will know how far I have gone. So the next thing you want to do after collaboration, which I did also, is communication. Sharpen your communication skill. Understand your student body language. Understand your colleagues' body language too. Is communication. Communication. Thank you, Esther. No one is an island. Communication is an essential tool. Okay, collaboration is an essential tool. To succeed as a collaborator, you need to be as a collaborator, you need to have sound communication skill. You need to be very skillful in listening. A good communicator is a good listener. Speaking, reading, and writing. Okay, write a lot. What are you doing with your Facebook account? What are you doing with your LinkedIn account? Do something. Get followers for yourself, and communicate your ideas out there. Let people know who you are. Today, I shared my story of the award I won. For those who are following me on LinkedIn, you see it. Now, I got an opportunity again immediately that I will come and speak at this particular global stage. I mean, it's a big one for me because I communicated my award and my story out there. You are a black belt. Sincerely, I don't think I've seen somebody who I've not seen any. In case I may be wrong, is a teacher too. She was lamenting that she's a yellow belt. Okay, I said, well, I never even knew. You never told us on social media your progress. Don't worry, no enemy is following you. I used to run away too, but I've learned my lesson now. No enemy is following me on Facebook. Let me tell my story. They can't stop me. Okay, God is behind me. In Africa, I have that mentality. Like, hey, if they know, they go and block it. They can't block you. Whatever is for you, sir and ma. Communicative ability is the totality of who you are. So build it, sharpen it, build it, sharpen it, build it, sharpen it. Your social media communicative tool to learn from others and tell your story too. People want to learn from you. Your small success in the classroom, as small as it is, that you're able to teach a particular concept and the student will grab it. Tell us. Yeah, thank you, Rashida. No enemy is following you, except you are following the enemy anyway. All right, so share your success story, no matter how small it is. Oh, there's a small boy in your class that could not read ABC, but can now read A alone. Please share that story. You don't need to share the picture of the student. You can share your own fine picture to follow it. Tell us what you did differently. That may be the opportunity. Kemi Ogusa that we're talking about today now started many years ago like that. By sharing a small success story today on social media, and today now, I mean, she's a top in education. She's a global brand as far as education is concerned. I mean, I'm really happy that I know her, honestly. Maybe by now you'll be looking at her through the window. So what empathy, what communication, what critical thinking, what collaboration will do for you is that it will make you a creative person. May I tell you, any lesson you teach that your student cannot create after, sir, ma, you have not taught. Is it Bloom taxonomy? That's peak, the new one. The last one is what? Create. Your student must be able to create, and they need to learn it from you. You must be a creative teacher. There is no problem in your class you cannot solve. You should be a go-to person, in your school. And how can you become this? You can become this by what? Totality of empathy, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication. What makes you stand out is your creative ability, how you solve problems differently. I am who I am today by the grace of God, as we can say, as a religious person, but because I choose to stand out all the time. I want to do something differently. Yeah, people will call you names, so be ready. Be ready. I'm sharing my story alongside. They will call you different names. Ituno, Nain Sabi. They call you any name. Sir and Ma. There's a cutting board always on my table, or there is what's it called, tissue paper on my table. I don't know whether you can see my screen or see me. There's a tissue paper. I block my ear practically. I don't hear. You call me, name me anything. Now, when you criticize it to my face, what do? I listen and I take the lesson from it. Okay, I too know. Okay, maybe I didn't listen to others. In this case, I adjust. I move on. And don't mind it. Yeah, I hijacked that program from us. Oh, maybe next time I should have acknowledged them, and then okay, I'll acknowledge them. I'll do. It will not stop me from growing, sir. Your creativity relies on your imaginative power also. Boost your imaginative power. How do you do this? By reading, watching movies to relax, guy. Calm down. You are a teacher. Hey, I know you are too serious. Calm down. Join the students. Play with primary school children. Yeah, I too know ITK as they call them. Don't mind them. If teachers are not too know, what else can we be? You know, going with creativity and imaginative power. I love playing with children a lot. I go to their anytime. You know, I don't. We have a primary school in our school. Anytime it is their break time, I just hang around them. I love the way they think. I want to see the way they reason. I want to hear them talk. I want to hear them play. I want to hear them, see them run after each other and listen to their silly, okay, so this is how you reason. All right. So it boosts my own imaginative thinking. I can write a story for them. I can think of a better way of solving their problem. Today now, I discovered that students can learn better with technology. So I have a literacy program I'm running here, and I believe with the power of technology, they can learn better. Once they see their lesson on a screen with projector that they don't see in the classroom, I attract their attention. They want to pay attention because they want to come next time. They pay attention and they will not fail what I'm teaching them. I'm motivating them and incentivizing them. That's creativity. Okay, let your imagination work. Creativity can be influenced by the company you keep. Yes. If you have friends that don't think well. Personally, I adjust my friend every year. I check my WhatsApp group. Any group that is not, I delete myself from it. I move on. I check you. If you do not have people like that in your environment, delete them. Walk away. Look for those who have the imaginative educators, yes, around you. Thank God for my friends. The names I've mentioned now, they challenge me. I don't rest. I don't rest. I don't rest. I move on. I move on. I move on. As they are challenging me, I'm challenging them. You know, that's how it is. You know, Olasunkanmi started teaching data analysis using Yoruba language now. He's doing that. I said, I'm an English teacher. Can I do something differently? Now, and I've started the challenge now. If you come to greet me in my school, in my hub now, you must speak Yoruba with me for 5 minutes, and then we are going to record it on social media live. I mean, I just want to be there. So create people around you that are imaginative. Express your creativity also through technology. Guy, if you are there, I know it's not new anyway. If you are there and you do not know how to boot your computer, please resign. Amen. Amen.
We can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think maybe some network issues.
Is it because he said we should put off our computer? We should resign.
I'm sure he's coming back very soon. Although it's already 6 o'clock. Yeah.
It's because he
I don't know what
told us to
happened to
resign.
him. Maybe network issues.
That was
I'm
a
sure he
funny
will
one.
join us again soon.
Yes,
It's so fascinating. I don't want him to stop.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
It's past 6 o'clock.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I kept on talking. I didn't know that network has knocked me off. Okay, let me continue. I think I caught you people talking about me. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. I caught you. I will tell Akim that I caught them talking about me. So I think I've come to the end of the lesson. All right. So finally, where should I Okay, let me draw my conclusion from here. Let me draw my conclusion from this, so I can give room for questions. Because I'm still in the office, traffic is serious on my way now. As a black belt, name yourself. You must be a social innovator. Huh? Do I have 5 minutes to talk about social innovation quickly? I want to talk about my story.
Go ahead.
All right. As a black belt, you must be a social innovator. Akim taught me this. Let me. You open my eyes to it the more, and I'm still going to learn from him to teach it again. Okay. Now, what's social innovation? Social innovation, basically, according to Hakim, just seeing a problem in your environment and solving it. Seeing a problem in your environment and solving it. Somebody should quickly tell me a subject, the first subject in the chat box, first subject in the chat box, or first passion. Oh, Joy, hi. Joy is just joining the room. Okay, let me admit her. I think I know Joy. Math, all right, math. Now, here you are, a math teacher. Vincent, I will take math. You are a math teacher. You can be a social innovator by creating something either within your class or outside your class, okay, to solve a community problem. If you teach in public school, it will surprise you that many of these your students do not even know the division sign aside the subtraction sign. So what are you doing to solve this problem away from your curriculum, your regular your 8 to 4 o'clock time in the classroom? That makes you a social innovator. Okay, solving a problem, creating, let me read it here. Okay, forget definition. Solving that problem, so you become a social innovator. So aside your classroom activities, I encourage you to solve it. You can do it by writing a short book about it. You can do it by creating a community of learners around it. You can do it by going to a community IDP camp in a little way, but a little sacrifice from your part. Okay, how did I become a social innovator? I never knew I was doing social innovation when I started bringing students to school on Saturday to learn things that were not in the curriculum. I never knew. I never knew I was doing social innovation when I started the Readers Club, because I felt reading culture was going down in my community. Am I still in the house?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, we are hearing you. We are
We can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, my community reading culture was going down. I went to buy books. And I started sharing the books in my community. I started sharing the books to my students. This is my shelf. If you can see, this is my shelf of books.
Sorry, Olasunkanmi, unmute yourself. I muted everyone. Sorry.
Now you can see my shelf. So I used to buy books with my money to share with students. Now these books here now, when people saw my passion, they donated these books. This one in the first shelf here were donated by Indian Embassy. Those ones, no space anymore, were donated by some colleagues that their children finished secondary school or primary school, and they felt the books were lying there, and they said, Opeifa, you are doing literacy program. So I moved on from Readers Club to literacy program. I give scholarship to students. I do so many other things now with the little I earn. And excuse me, I'm not saying you should go and pack your salary and give. I get grants. And people also now give me money. I get grants. But I started from my own salary, photocopying things 13 naira and give it to students. 15 naira, started with 15 naira photocopy. Move on to 100 naira photocopy, share it with students. I don't think that would be too much, but the passion was there. Okay. So I want to encourage us all, as I conclude, that a champion teacher is a social innovator. How are you solving that problem you complain about in your community? How are you solving that problem? You can name the problem now. Mention one problem, chemistry teacher. Mention one problem, French teacher. Yes, students always run out of your class. Do you give them sweets? French teacher. French need the kid. That's in my language.
Chemistry teacher.
Now, in
Chemistry
French,
teacher.
if you are to define French in my language, then we say French is a language we did not understand, but they are forcing us to learn. But you can encourage them by turning to song. I learned some French songs. I don't know whether it's correct, but I learned that I may be wrong. I don't know. I mean, that's a song there. You could come in class with something fantastic. They can act French drama. They can do fantastic things, and they look forward to your class all the time. Somebody is laughing at me. Sorry, in case my son is So, chemistry teacher, do you want to tell me about your class?
Yes. Most often students are.
Go ahead. Students are what?
They are not, most often they are not comfortable with chemical equations. Sometimes it throws them off balance, but with proper understanding and songs, starting with the first 20 elements, we develop some songs from it.
Thank you.
With that, they will have passion from it. Like we normally sing, hello, Helen, listen, baby, before coming, never offend Flora, nor neglect Maggie, allow Silas pass so close after kissing Carol. With this, you have gotten the first 20 elements.
Kissing?
And
hey,
Carol. So with this, now, you know,
be careful.
There are fascinating words in it. So it draws their attention. With that, they will learn the first 20 elements, and from there, we continue combining them.
Okay, let me teach another song.
Okay.
In French, 20 elements. Give me one. Start with the first element. I will remember the song.
Hydrogen, helium.
All right. The song goes like hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon. I don't know whether I'm correct now.
Yeah. No, we sing this one first. We go with this common one. Yes, we go with this common one.
So you now do the elements.
We now come back to
the elements. I can rap with the elements. Enough. Mina maga CPC. You understand? All those things we make your class interesting.
Yes.
And talking about the first 20 elements,
Olasunkanmi,
I still remember the song I made years ago learning chemistry.
Yes, ma'am.
For the first 20 elements.
Can you share with us, please?
Yes, mommy, we are waiting.
Hadia, we can't wait. Let's go.
Okay, he has let better boys come near Ola for news near Meduguri. All silly people should clear around. Kemi came.
Hey, that's a good one.
So that's so quick. That's so quick.
Oh, you want me to slow down?
You can. Adia, you can type it in the group so that we can have it.
Yeah, okay, let me type it. Let me see if I can
buy
type
Adia's album. Adia, make it an album. Let them come and buy it. Vincent,
Adia, please feature me.
Okay.
All right. I really love the audience. Thank you so much. It's really an encouraging time.
Wow, it's been amazing. It's been awesome.
In conclusion,
really an entertainer to the core. You have definitely entertained us with education. Thank you so much, Olasunkanmi. It has been fantastic. I mean, the time went over. I didn't even look at the time anymore because people were engaged. And that's what it's all about, making learning fun. I think what I will take away from you is about being a social innovator. And I definitely want to help solve problems in the community. So thank you so much. If anybody has any questions, comments for Mr. Olasunkanmi, please either put it in the chat or tell him. I'll give you about 5 minutes because I know some people have other engagements. So let's have 5 minutes for feedback, questions, or anything. You can unmute and ask questions. Thank you again.
Okay. Chidima from Command Secondary School. Hello, ma'am. Speaking.
Yes. Chidima.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Really, the last, thank God that he did the last topic. It was a very striking one about the social innovator.
Yes.
And I feel that that's why most of our schools, you have good collaboration with the community around them. So with that,
please, if you're not talking, mute, please. I can't hear Chidima. If you're not Chidima, if you're not talking, please mute so we can hear her.
Yeah. I said I want to chip in something on that social innovator.
Social innovator,
yes. That's why in our schools, we should try and have good relationship with the community around. Some schools doesn't really have a good rapport with the community around them. And if schools don't have such relationship, it will affect teachers going into the community to do something good.
Definitely.
So
Definitely, I agree with you. We need
yes,
to build a good relationship with the members of
yes,
our community so that we
community,
can help
yes,
them solve problems.
So
Yes.
I cannot agree more
yes.
because that's just it. You want to solve
Mm.
a problem in a community and you are always antagonistic in your nature, it can never work. Okay, you need to
Mm.
wet the ground first. My culture will say, if you pour, if you
Anybody domisiwaju
as
atele
in
tutu or something like
comfortable
that.
ground, okay,
Okay.
depending
Yes.
on what you do. I mean, it's
Mm.
not a bad thing for you to go and greet the issue of your community, the emir of your community, the Mejimila in your community, the Oba, the Bale, okay, the Eze in your community, the issue, we call him issue, that's the emir of my community, at the
Lupe.
supermarket. Yes, at the supermarket. He pretended, I mean, he thought I wouldn't know him. Nobody recognized he was the royal father. And I walked up to him. I greeted him. How did I greet him? I forgot him. I think Esu or something. I greeted him in a very cultural way, but I had to add my language with KBAC like that. So he laughed. He said, "How did you know me?" I said, "Of course I know you." I told him, "I'm your neighbor. I live there. I'm that teacher that they talk about. I won an award." He said, "Oh, fantastic." And we became friends. So little things count a lot. Collaboration with the community is very key.
Definitely collaboration.
So there's a question here that talks about time management. Yes, I manage my time very well, and it's a matter of practice, okay? By the time you overthink and then you miss 40 minutes, next time you will learn how to practice well. But I inculcate it in lesson. I quickly at times introduce the lesson, tell them where we are going, start something at a point, then sing the song, and I will tell them we are doing this for 10 minutes. Tell them we are dancing, and I'll tell them to dance for 10 minutes, and I'll interpret the dance for them, okay? So I allot time specifically. If I will not allot time to anything in my class, I will allot time to my game, to my entertainment, to my drama, and we don't go beyond that. And at times, before I use that entertainment, I will have told them, we are doing noun clause next week, and we are doing dependent and independent clause, and we're going to be using Buga dance for this. So the Buga dance means independent with Buga, while dependent clause will not Buga. So you are dancing the Buga side, you are the dependent. I've planned it with them. So as soon as they come to the classroom, we start the song, okay? Let me see you go lo 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 Buga. You see the independent clause group will do their shoulder like they are the independent clause. The dependent clause, the subordinate clause, will cower. So I will have planned that and we'll do it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then we'll continue the class. So plan it with the students. Let them know and be strict to your time.
Wow,
Good evening, sir. Alex Folake from Ilupeju Grammar School. I want to suggest, like the issue of singing song or whatever. Maybe we can record it, have our class as a add them as a platform. Then we send it to the platform for them to rehearse before the class. Maybe like 2 days before the class. I think that would be better, sir.
Yeah, I do. Lockdowns taught me that one too. The song you saw the student dancing to now, we have to record it. And interesting, do you know what? In place of recording this song, one of them that is into music in this church took the song to a studio and it turned it into a very interesting adding beats to it. Before this class, I hope I will find it on my phone. He added beats to it, and then by the time we dropped it on the school platform, it became what father and mothers and the children, everybody started dancing in their house, not only the students alone now. So you can do that. You can do that.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now this is the song I'm playing in the background. You can they turn it into music. So go ahead with your question. Another person. Is there any question? I can't hear that.
Okay. I think there are no more questions.
Okay, let me check the chat. No questions. Yeah.
Okay, then. So it's been an amazing session. You've really entertained us today. We have been educated and entertained. Like I said earlier, for me, the takeaway point is the social innovation.
Innovation.
Thank you very much. I have learned so much. we wish you all the best in the future. Maybe we'll have another
Amen.
session with us, because I think there's more that I think you rushed a bit today. Maybe we'll book another session with you in the future. Thank you very much, Olasunkanmi.
You're welcome, Hadia.
All right.
I count it a huge privilege to be in your midst. I hope somebody will teach me the black belt thing so that I can be
We call
stronger
her
in the black.
Momo. It's Momo.
Okay,
Not
Momo.
Hadia, Momo.
Okay, Yawa.
All right then. So that's all for this week. Until another time, take care. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Hadia, I can't wait to see you in Ghana. Oh. Hurry up and come to
Good.
Ghana. Hadia.
Thank you, mommy. That was
All
a
right.
good one today.
It was a good one today, yes.
Mama, I'm greeting.
Right,
Thank you so much.
Benedict,
Glad to be in the meeting.
Pronounce
I
my
enjoyed
name.
it.
Thank you.
Editena.
Can I have
All
1
right.
minute, please? 30 seconds, please. Sorry, please. I would like you to follow me on social media, and you could let me know that we met at Black Belt in my DM. I just search for my name on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, especially Olasunkanmi Opeifa, and I will also follow you back too. And
That's Stephen Fry that I
I
like very well. When you say Stephen Fry, you frying.
No, it's the name of an English actor. Stephen
Like
Fry is an
seriously.
actor.
Hey. Okay. Oh.
Oh.